Hi everyone, it's Jennifer from Flux. In this video, I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful Fields of Provence shawl. This is a lovely piece. You could wear it really year-round. It has a kind of light enough lacy feel to wear in the warmer months, or you can wear it as kind of an accessory for a little bit of coziness in the cooler months. This is a special crochet along I'm doing in conjunction with Furls. We're going to be using Furls yarn and my beautiful Furls Odyssey hook for this. I'll give you more details about that in just a minute. But we're going to start from the bottom here. This is super easy. It's just a series of double crochets and chains. And we're going to start from the bottom here, and we're going to work our way up, working in rows. So we're going to work a row and then turn, work a row and then turn. And as we work our shawl, it's a triangle shaped shawl, it's going to start to grow outward and upward. And finally at the end, when we get to the top, we're going to do some finish work. So let's get started. All right, if we open our finished shawl up a little bit, you can see that actually this is the top. From the bottom point, so we have our triangle with the bottom point down. From the bottom straight up to the top measures about 44 inches. If we go back down to the bottom point and go straight out on either the left or the right side to this right corner or the left corner, that is about 48 inches long. And then if we come up here to the top of our shawl, all along this top edge, that measures about 90 inches. So I really like the size that I got. It was nice and drapey and not too small where if I moved it would fall off, but it still had a nice size, but it wasn't huge. So I really liked the size that I got with this. However, you can really customize your shawl by simply working more rows. So as you add more rows, it's just gonna get wider and taller as you move upwards. So you can really customize this however you want it to look. For this project, you'll need a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, a tape measure is super helpful to measure as you go along. We're also going to be using a 5.5 millimeter eye crochet hook. This is my Furls Odyssey in the lime color, so I'll put the link down below if you'd like to get one for yourself. We're also going to be using some Furls yarn. This is called Whims Merino. This is their DK weight. They also have a worsted weight, but we're going to be using the DK weight today. And we're going to be using 4 balls of their DK weight Whims Merino, so that's a total of 800 yards. Now what's neat about this yarn, not only is it super soft and squishy, but this is what they call a Z-twist crocheter's yarn. This is twisted in the opposite direction, which is especially for crocheters, which is really cool. This is a 3 light on the yarn weight scale, and it does recommend this 5.5 millimeter eye crochet hook. So we are using the recommended hook size for this. And I'm going to be using a colorway called Lavender for all 4 balls. Now you can make yours striped or what have you, or use variegated and different things like that and mix up the colors, but I'm going to use the same color throughout. Now I wanted to point out something really important about this yarn. On the yarn label, it does say 182 yards, but it's actually a misprint. These are 200 yards each. And if you go on the Furls site, which I'll put the links down below, they do confirm that. So each ball of this is 200 yards. There was a little misprint on the yarn label, and the website will confirm that for you as well if you'd like to double check that. And again, we're going to use 4 balls, 200 yards each, so 800 yards total of DK weight yarn. And if you'd like to get this specific yarn, I'll put the link down below for this as well. Okay, so I have my yarn and my hook, and I'm zoomed way in so you can see what I'm doing here. So what we're going to do is put a slip knot on our hook to begin. We're going to wrap the yarn around our fingers to make a loop, bring the yarn behind the loop, reach in with your hook, bring up that loop, and tighten. Next, we're going to do a total of 14 chains to begin. Now our stitch pattern, we're going to be working in a V, and we're going to be working upward and outward. So we're going to start with a small number of chains for our starting chain, and we're going to build, build, build as we complete each row. So our multiple, though, if you do need to change it, is a multiple of 4 plus 2. So our total starting chain is going to be 14. So to make a chain, wrap the yarn around the hook and bring it through the loop. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So here is our starting chain. And what we're going to do now is begin row 1. So we're going to work a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. So the loop one here does not count. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that 4th chain from the hook, we're going to work a double crochet. To make a double crochet, wrap the yarn around the hook, insert the hook into that chain, bring up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. Wrap the yarn around the hook, bring it through the first 2 loops, wrap the yarn around the hook, bring it through the last 2 loops. Then in the next chain, we're going to work a double crochet into that chain as well. So just do the same thing. And then in the next chain, we're going to work double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, all in that same chain. So let's do that. Double crochet. Okay, then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then double crochet in that same chain. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to get a tiny bit more yarn here. And then what you're going to do is skip the next chain and then work a double crochet in each of the next 2 chains. So skip that next chain, then work a double crochet in the chain after that. Work a double crochet in the next chain as well. And then in the next chain after that, we're going to work a double crochet, then chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and a double crochet in the same chain, just like we did back a few stitches back. Just like that. Okay, then we're going to skip a chain, and then we're going to work a double crochet in the next chain, and a double crochet in the next chain, and then a double crochet in that very last chain. Okay? All right, so we have a nice little beginning here, okay? So for row 2, I'm going to get a little bit more yarn to get us going. What we're going to do is chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and turn our work. And then what we're going to do is, remember this chain 3 that we did here? It created a nice space. So in that first space here, we're going to work 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to work a double crochet all in that same space. Okay, just like that. Then we're going to hop over to the next chain 3 space. So if you skip over and then look for that next chain 3 space, it looks like a little arch. We're going to do the same thing. 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3. Whoops, lost my loop there. And then chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then in the same space work 1 more double crochet. Just like that, okay? Yeah. So to finish up the row, we see a set of 3 double crochets here and our turning chain. In that turning chain space, what we're going to do is work 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and my yarn ball's creeping over, so let me grab some more yarn. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to work a double crochet in that same turning chain space, okay? Just like that. So we're starting to build some pretty stitches here, some height. It looks a little bit lacy. All right, so for the rest of your project, you're just going to be repeating row 2 over and over and over again. Let's work one more row together, okay? Let's repeat row 2 together. All right, so what we're going to do is chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn our work. Then what we're going to do in that first chain 3 space here of the row, we're going to work 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then a double crochet all in that same space, okay? So basically in every chain 3 space, we're going to be doing the same thing. Then we're going to hop over to the next chain 3 space and do the same thing. 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet in the same space. So once you work row 2 once or twice, it's pretty easy to memorize. Hop over to the next chain 3 space, and we're going to do the same thing. 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then a double crochet in the same space. Just like that. Okay? Okay, moving right along, we've come to the end of the row here, and we have our turning chain space. It might look a little bit bigger this time, the opening, that's fine. We're going to work 3 double crochet, 1 in that turning chain space, 2, 3, then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then a double crochet in the same turning chain space. Okay? So to keep going, you're just going to be repeating row 2 over and over and over again. It's going to grow in height and width and grow outward and upward. So just keep repeating row 2, and then when we rejoin, we're going to finish up the shawl, weave some ends in, and wrap things up. Okay, just working that very last stitch of our row. I don't have quite enough yarn to begin a new row, so I'm just going to kind of wrap it up here. Now, the last thing we need to do is cut the yarn, and we're going to fasten off. So wrap the yarn around the hook, bring it through the loop, and then grab your tapestry needle so we can weave in the ends. Now, I had some other ends from joining new balls of yarn that I have woven in already, but I'm going to show you how to do one of these. Now, this stitch that we've done is completely reversible. So when you weave your ends in, just make sure you kind of go in the middle of your stitches. Don't go on one side or the other, and try to keep it nice and neat because it is reversible. All right, so I threaded my tapestry needle, and I'm just going to go in through the middle of these stitches as much as possible. Now, when you have something kind of open and lacy like this, just be really careful that your work is nice and neat, and you just try to stay, like I said, in the center of the stitches, like in those loops. All right, so I went in one direction. I'm going to come back in the other direction. Grab your scissors, give it a little snip. And our wrap is complete. So let's open it up and see what we have here. So here's the top. And this particular stitch gives it a nice, beautiful scalloped edge without having to add an edge to it. So we have some beautiful lacy openness, and this particular yarn has like a nice drapey weight to it. So it does feel kind of like sort of slinky and slouchy. But we started at the bottom here, just like this, and we worked our way up, up, up We have some nice ends. It's plenty to wrap around you, and you can wear it like this in a symmetrical way around your body, or you can kind of put it off to the side and wear it asymmetrically and kind of drape it over one shoulder. So that is it. That is how you crochet the Fields of Provence shawl. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure and click the subscribe button to get all the latest Fiber Flux video updates. Thanks again.